Okay, I've been wanting to make both an Osmiomancy's glove build, as well as a build that incorporates fighting lions somehow for a little while, and I think I got something special here. I also have a Titan variation of this build that's coming out later this week, revolving around Behemoth, but I want to talk to you all about this build in particular first, so let's dive right into it. Class, you're going to want to be on Warlock for this. For your fragments, you're going to want to have on Whisper of Rending, to let your primary do increased damage to frozen targets. Remember this fragment in particular because it'll be important later on in the video. Now, you'll also want to have on Whisper of Fissures to increase the size and damage whenever you shatter a frozen target or crystal. Then, you'll want to have on Whisper of Torment to gain more grenade energy whenever you take damage. And then the final fragment you'll want to have on is Whisper of Conduction to let Stasis Shards track to you. This will tie in with the mod setup and with your aspects. Now, let's go directly to your aspects. You want to have on ICEFLARE bolts alongside Glacial Harvest. This is to make sure your stasis effects spread while you also create stasis shards whenever you freeze a target, which ties into the next part of our build, the mods. So this build is centered and fitted around endgame content like GMs, lost sectors, and the mods are too. But let's start with the basic ones. You'll want to be running 3 firepower mods alongside elemental shards and elemental charge. What this does is whenever you pick up a stasis shard, you will get 2 stacks of charge with light. And when you use your grenade ability, you will then consume 1 stack of charge with light and you will receive grenade energy back. You are basically building into cold snap grenade spam with your mods and everything set up for it. Now, as for the artifact and champion mods, you'll want to be running Unstoppable Grenade Launcher alongside Weaken Clear on your class item paired with Lord Kelvin's Basilisk. This will allow you to stun unstoppable champions while allowing your stasis grenades to stun overload champions, making it fit for GMs. Now, for your exotic weapon, you'll want to be running Fighting Lion. This is the main part of the build and almost the main premise of the build. See, Fighting Lion is a primary grenade launcher, so it has infinite ammo, and it also benefits from Weaken Clear. But the main reason you actually want to run it, since Fighting Lion is considered a primary, is because it actually benefits from Whisper of Rending now, giving it, a grenade launcher that has infinite ammo that can also weaken enemies and champions, a 43% buff when it hits frozen targets, which is nuts considering it is still a grenade launcher. And when combined with Whisper of Fissures, the explosion and strength of the shatter damage caused by Fighting Lion is comedically overpowered. Now, this is where your exotic armor, the Osmiomancy gloves, comes in. You'll get 2 cold snap grenades that are improved and grant grenade energy back on direct impact. And when combined with your mod setup, firepower, and the rest of your build, you can basically throw infinite cold snap grenades as long as you're freezing targets, picking up the shards, and actually throwing your grenades. Now, alongside your stats, you'll want to aim for 100 resilience and 100 discipline. Now, I made this build work with 100 resilience and 70 discipline, so you don't need to go full double 100s if you don't want to or if you aren't able to, but you can, and I do recommend doing so if you're able. So, how does this build all work? Well, you'll want to start by throwing your cold snap grenade, freeze targets, use Fighting Lion to shatter and kill everything, then let the stasis shards track to you to become charged with light off of elemental shards, and then use that charge with light to get more grenade energy off of firepower whenever you use your cold snap grenades. And then spam this over and over. The whole premise of the build is to just freeze everything and destroy everything with Fighting Lion and weaken any massive boss or champion. And that's the whole build. You will clear rooms of ads and melt champions with this build, and it's kind of comedic how easily you can do it. But I hope you guys enjoy this build, and stay tuned for the Titan Stasis variation of this build coming soon. And I'll see you all in the next video.